Hey guys, Matt and Alex with Building the Dream Duluth. We're here with Anthony Miller, owner of Winner's Window Cleaning. He's a local Duluthian and he's going to tell us his story today.
So Anthony, let's start this off. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started.
Well, I first started working for a company, local company here, back in 2019, and figured I could just do it myself. And so that's pretty much what I did.
Yeah.
Would you say that there was any stumbling blocks learning for yourself, or was it a pretty straight process since you worked under somebody before?
Well, the education was pretty straightforward. Working under somebody, you learn a lot of the tricks of the trade. But the actual business part has been back and forth between being full-time, being part-time, working other jobs, that sort of stuff, kind of just waiting to get enough traction to launch full-time. So,
And you kind of get to learn, the things that you did like and the things that you would do differently, and you can take that and apply those principles to your own business. Yeah. What was kind of the path then that led you into, or where did you kind of come from that got into even like the service industry space?
just needed a job. Essentially, this was 2019 summer, and I just saw it on Craigslist. Window cleaner, $15 an hour, which at the time was the most amount of money I would have made. I think I was 23 at the time, 24.
Yeah.
And so I worked that job. I was still playing hockey at the time. Ended up leaving that fall to go play semi-professionally out in Delaware. And so kind of while I was working there, kind of saw the opportunity to make some good cash doing it. I knew the skill. I saw the boss, how he operated. Was very familiar to kind of the way my dad actually owns a company, and he runs out of his house similar to what this guy did, and the organization was the same, filing and all that sort of stuff. So I was like, I can do that. And next thing you know, about a year later, just bought a ladder and started doing it.
That's all you need is yeah. And it's cool that you had somebody to kind of coach you, not from the same industry, but the principles of business pretty much maintain the same through all different kinds of industries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so very transferable customer base, just having good communication skills. That's sales in a nutshell, just being able to communicate your needs, what I can offer. That's pretty much it. Yeah. So,
would you say that sales was one of the hardest things to get about the business, or did that come pretty naturally for you?
No, I think sales can be taught to a certain degree, but I think some people just are inclined to being good communicators.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, you can sell.
Yeah.
So no, I think personally, obviously I can get better at sales. Like, I'm not the best at, let's say, rebuttaling, but that's because I don't like looking back and forth with, it's like I sold cars for a while, and I always used to say, you either want to buy a car or you don't.
Yep.
I don't want to have to
force you into it or make
it's like I don't like doing that. So as if somebody, which is nice because my industry is my windows are dirty, I need them cleaned.
Right.
It's really the sales just so easy.
Yeah.
It's so
product market fit.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how'd you come up with the name Winner's Window Cleaning?
I just kind of sat on. Well, I was trying to tie in something to window, and the acronym Winner's Window would pop in my head, like window, and so I just kind of broke it down, and it just kind of worked out. But funny story, I started out as pain in the glass, and I printed off a bunch of flyers that I still have. Actually, I found in the files on my computer, and so I'm glad I thought of something better.
It's kind of funny, but yes, I can see maybe the need for change. So what is what is like a day-to-day in like operations of a window cleaning company? From figuring out your schedule for that day to even I'm curious just on the process. Obviously, it can be a door-to-door
Yeah.
operation that you need to go and find clients. So like, what is a typical window cleaning day like?
So when I first started, when you have no reputability, no nothing. So when I first started doing this myself, I was actually sleeping in my car. I was living in Colorado because the Vail Ski Resort was going to give me a job, and I got out there, and they're like, "Well, we don't have employee housing, and it's August, so you got some time till this, the job starts." I was like, "Well, what am I going to do?" So I was like, working this temp job. Then I knew I wanted to start this business. I had been talking about it, and so I just bought a ladder, and I had an SUV. It was like a Hyundai, and I just tucked the ladder in the car, sleeping. So I'd have to take the ladder out so I could sleep.
Yeah.
And that's when I was doing the door to door because what else
You had to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that's
Real
That's
sing
cool.
for your supper moment.
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I am trying to eat dinner. So,
Yeah.
so that's what so couple door to doors. I don't do that quite as much now, but I'll still cold call like businesses.
Yep.
So yeah, no, you just marketing. As soon as you start to get some traction, I think that you have a little bit of reputability. People come to you, get your online presence the way you want it, and I hear you guys do a little something like that.
Well, and that's actually one of the ways that we found out about you is you do have a really active social media platform, and that you just continue to get your name out there, and it works.
And I'm sure once you got those first few jobs under your belt, that confidence starts building up, and you're like, yeah, I can go out and do this. I feel good about pushing myself out into the world.
Right, and as soon as you get jobs, you have advertising material because you'll photograph the job.
Yep.
And
Portfolio is
before-
everything,
before
especially
and
for
after.
an aesthetic thing like window cleaning. Like,
Yep.
is he going to do a great job? Is he going to mind my hedges when he's putting his ladder up? Like, those kind of things matter a lot to people.
Mm-hmm. And word of mouth isn't dead.
No, absolutely.
So
It's probably the best source of advertising that there is somebody who knows or likes you and is willing to put to give a referral that, hey, Anthony does a good job. I recommend him. That's a great source of traffic.
I think it's the most concrete
Yeah.
because you can say whatever you want about yourself.
Right. That's
Right.
what other people say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People want to do business with people they know, like, and trust. And if they know somebody who knows you, likes you, and trusts you, it already solves everything for them. Easy referral.
Yeah.
So as a solopreneur, what are kind of the struggles that you go through when you were starting this business and as you're trying to build it into something you can be really proud of?
Scaling would be, because I'm about a year deep full time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I worked on the pipeline when that was coming through. I've worked just W-2 jobs in between being full time. So just getting to a point where I can start scaling would be a challenge I'm facing right now. When to hire, that sort of stuff. Like I've had guys work for me in the past, but full-time employees I haven't had yet. So
Yeah.
yeah, just working out those challenges, and when the time's right, I'll know, pull the trigger, and so.
Is there anything that scares you about hiring? Are you worried about no, you're ready for it as soon as you get
Yeah.
the deal flow?
Yeah,
If anybody's a good experienced window cleaner.
no, it's not. It's not scary or intimidating. Does it make sense to do?
Yep.
So that's. Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't make sense, you're not gonna. I'm not gonna hire a guy if I'm not in need.
Right.
Like if I get to a point where I'm overwhelmed with the work, which at times I have been, but I wrote it out. And so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. And then the flip side of that is, what have been some of like the the really inspiring or really rewarding things that have happened over the course of the last year?
I'd say the most inspiring part for me, like I was telling you guys earlier, is just paying your bills with some confidence and knowing that you're going to have more work coming in.
Yeah.
That's good. I kind of am getting a feel for it now where I know what seasons are particularly busy, and you can kind of plan for that. And like right now, it's pretty slow. I'm doing snow removal in the winter, but
Not much snow.
not much snow. So
Yeah, well, and that's, I mean, you're doing it on your own, right? I mean, that is really, really rewarding to know that everything that you have is what you've built.
So, what advice would you give to your younger self, knowing what you know now, or someone else who's looking to get into a service-based business?
I'd say start as soon as you can, and just keep going. Get back to work if you have to,
Yeah,
but just start with what you got.
yeah, and you'll figure it out along the way. I mean, you just gotta get going.
Just
And that's
start.
the beauty of entrepreneurship. They say entrepreneurship is jumping out of a plane and putting together your parachute on the way down, sort of thing. And you have the abilities to make pivots, and I think that's what's most exciting, for me at least.
That's 100% accurate.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, just for you, I mean, how can people find out more information, or where do they find you at?
Facebook, Instagram, this podcast. Yeah, I mean, you'll find me.
Yeah,
If you just Google window cleaning, it'll pop up.
cool. Awesome, man. Well, we appreciate you sitting down, taking the time, and telling us a little bit about your story.
Yeah.
So thank you so
Thanks so
much.
much.
Appreciate it.